everyone, it's Jess from Camera by Your Side. I'm here with Confidence. We're in Philadelphia right now, and you guys are on tour with State Champs. How is it going so far?
It's going incredible, actually. It's our first time playing venues in America, which is really cool. We did Warped Tour last year, but that's like a completely different game, I guess. We've been like pleasantly surprised. Like the crowd every night has been like sort of like really responsive to us, like surfing on top of each other's heads, like that sort of stuff. It's been really cool.
Yeah, it's a great tour to be on too, because Don Burko, Against the Current, and Champs, both both. That's three other incredible bands. So we're very, very, very stoked to just watch them every night and hang out, and they're nice people.
Now, it kind of seems to me that you guys have been touring non-stop. You guys have gone from one tour to the next tour. What is that life like for you guys? And have you guys been home in a long time? Like, what is that?
We're home kind of rarely now. Like, literally from Warped Tour last year, we've pretty much been non-stop. I think we've had collectively maybe like 2 months off.
Yeah, and when we have been home, we've been touring in Australia too, so it's kind of non-stop.
Yeah.
Now, when you guys get a break, what do you do? What's the first thing you do when you're not touring?
Sleep for like a week.
Yeah, sleep. I just miss being in bed, watching Netflix, playing guitar, just hanging out, like that, like the simple shit, like for sure.
Now, just to take it back for people who aren't familiar with you guys, how did you come up with the name With Confidence? Where did that come from?
It came from a song by The Dangerous Summer. It's Of Confidence, and it was one of the first songs we covered as a band when we were first starting out. They're like one of our favorite bands. And we just like kind of twisted it a bit, added the with, because like this is something we wanted to go into like with confidence. So
nice, I like that, because Googling you guys is a little hard sometimes, because when you Google like with confidence, it's like, oh, articles about how to get
with confidence. Yeah,
right.
It's a thing.
Now, when you guys were starting out in Australia, you guys also started out with 5 Seconds of Summer. You guys have both kind of come up from Australia here in the U.S. What is that like for both of you guys?
It's really, really cool. Literally, we studied music with Michael, and it was at this like really like shitty college in like the outskirts of Sydney. I mean, I loved it. I loved it.
Represent.
Yeah, no, I loved it. But it's very cool to be able to see like both of us, you know, playing in these really small like college bands, trying to learn about music, to be able to, you know, like hang out on the other side of the world. Like we've been to a bunch of their shows. We've played shows with them in Australia. Like, it's really cool like seeing 2 Australian bands like doing some cool shit.
Now, being in America a lot, you've been here pretty much almost the whole year with Warped Tour and this tour. What are some things that you guys have found that are super different than Australia? Are there any like words or slang that you guys like just don't get, or like any foods that you guys are just like crazed about?
You guys don't swear as much as we do. We learned that.
We say fuck a lot.
We say fuck a lot. We say cunt a lot.
That's what you probably shouldn't have dropped straight into the microphone.
Yeah, it's fine. It's like super like low key in Australia. No one really cares, but apparently over here, it's like bit of a big deal. We also just like, I don't know, like
we're just kind of shitty people, so
yeah. we're just shit cunts.
But now, to be fair, there's not a huge amount of difference really between home and here. It's especially within like the music scene and the live shows, like they're pretty much the same around the world. And we've toured with so many American bands now that we kind of picked up all the slang and lingo, and it's been lit. It is straight fire.
There you go.
That's some
shit.
Now, how did you guys tell your families back home? Did they know that you were going into the music scene, they were joining a band? How do they feel about you guys being so far from home all the time?
Still don't know. They think I'm just up the coast, like with a friend.
My family's been super supportive. Both of my parents were like sort of musicians at one point, so they're like super proud, like us actually like going overseas, because you know at first it's like, yo mum, like we're selling out 200-300 tickets in like Sydney or whatever, and she's like, oh cool, that's really good. But now it's like, yo mum, we're like playing around the world like 9 months of the year. She's like, oh shit, okay.
Yeah, we're super fortunate. I think speaking for all of us, all our parents are very supportive of the band and all of our musical endeavors, so it's pretty cool. I think they miss us and we miss them a little, but it's good.
Now, you guys have just been nominated for 2 APMAs, so congratulations. You guys attended the APMAs last year, and it just with all the stuff on tour, going to award shows like that, have you had a moment where you've been super starstruck by anyone, or just a pinch me kind of moment?
Kinda. I guess for me, doing Warped Tour last year was super cool, because there was so many bands that we grew up loving playing the festival, and backstage at Warped, like everybody hangs out, like there's catering lines and barbecues every night and shit. The only time I was a little bit starstruck was when I met Derek from Sum 41. Going up to him, asking for that fucking awkward fan photo, and then having to explain, but I'm in a band on the tour, and I'm on your record label, so don't hate me. But yeah, that was kind of one of those surreal moments where I grew up idolizing that band, learning all of their songs on guitar, and then being able to be on the same tour as them and hang out and meet them. That was a starstruck moment for me, for sure.
Now, you guys have a pretty great fan base in Australia, kind of all over the place now. You're bringing it to the U.S. Have you had any crazy fan experiences?
I mean, we've definitely had our fair share. I think the Philippines was one of the weirdest ones for us. They don't get a lot of bands over there, so they get just, really, really excited when people come over. And it's just a different culture over there.
You're real.
You're real. Yeah, I don't know. They're just very intense. Some old woman made me kiss a baby. We had to have police guards escorting us with machine guns and
That was some wild shit. When they told us, yo, you're police escorts here, we were like, that's funny.
We're
we're
we
just
don't
gonna
need
go now.
police escorts.
And then sure enough, we walk out into this fucking mall and there's hundreds of kids running at us.
Yeah, some people jumped in our boot as we were trying to drive
Yeah,
away
in the
and in the van. I don't know. It was pretty crazy.
Philippines is sick. We're going back there with
We are.
state champs
After
in a couple
this,
of months.
yeah.
Now, we're approaching a year of Better Weather coming out. Now, how has it been since then, and do you have any plans to work on the next album, or you're continuing to push this one?
Well, we're touring pretty heavily for the rest of the year, and I guess you'd call that still this album cycle.
Yeah, I
But-
mean we're definitely still on this album cycle.
Yeah.
But we're constantly writing, so we are working towards the next release. I think being on the road for a year, experiencing the world, experiencing so much great music and touring bands that we get to watch every night, has sort of inspired me personally as a songwriter. I know Inigo as well. So I think some of the stuff we are writing is it's bigger and better than what Better Weather was. But for now, that's still our priority for sure. Yeah.
Next year is when we'll move into the next album cycle.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching, and we have plans to be back in the States as soon as possible.